everyone, and welcome to Sacred Beginnings. My name is Chiyenge. Thank you so much for following all the episodes that we've had on Sacred Beginnings. And guess what? Your church might be next. I am so excited because today I am in Luapula province, to be specific, Chiyenge district. Here in Chiyenge district, these people have a very rich history. Join us today even as we explore the history of this district and of this church.
Some journeys are measured by distance, while others are measured by the experience they bring. This time, our destination takes us to Puta Central Seventh-day Adventist Church in Chiyenge, Luapula province, a journey that could not be complete in a single day. Along the way, the ever-changing landscape revealed by some of Zambia's natural beauty, offering countless reminders of God's handiwork long before we reached our destination. The mighty Lake Mweru stretches across the horizon, its vast waters serving as a powerful reminder of the greatness and majesty of God. Beyond its natural beauty, the road also revealed thrilling communities. Homes and villages lined the road, offering a glimpse into the lives of the people who have made this remarkable part of Luapula province their home. With the journey behind us, we now join the congregation as the day's worship begins. At Puta Central Seventh-day Adventist Church, the Sabbath opens with Sabbath School, a time of joyful singing, biblical instruction, and spiritual reflection that prepares hearts for the rest of the day's worship. As the opening program concludes, members leave the main gathering and move into their respective Sabbath School classes, where the lesson study continues in smaller discussion groups. Within each discussion group, the lesson is taught with remarkable clarity and understanding. The teachers carefully explain the scriptures, ensuring that every member can follow the lesson with confidence. As the study progresses, members listen attentively, reflect on biblical principles being shared, and grow together in their understanding of God's Word.
Nomba mabupe nifile fya kwewe na kwata 10 kwacha etu wafunya ko hii wafunya ko 1 kwacha chileja shala shija 9 kwacha hii yako nani.
The message of the cross is power to all of us who have been saved. All what we need to do is just to continue living by faith, so that God Himself will save us.
We are not saving ourselves, in short.
Yes.
We are being saved.
Yes.
Okay? And then Paul in Ephesians says, you are saved by grace through faith. Not of yourselves, but it's a gift from God.
The youngest members of the congregation are equally embraced in the Sabbath School program. In their own dedicated space, the children learn about God through song, Bible lessons, and activities designed especially for their age. Their joyful participation reflects the church's commitment in nurturing faith from an early age. Just a short distance away lies the magnificent Lake Mweru, whose vast waters have shaped both the landscape and the lives of the people who call this place home. Every day, the lake comes alive with activities as fishermen set out into the waters and others work along the shoreline, reflecting a close connection between the people of Chiyenge and Lake Mweru. Some of the richest stories are preserved in the memories of those who witnessed them. Elder Chitalo speaks to one of the church's pioneers who recounts the early beginnings of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Chiyenge.
Twamisengera ku butandiko bwa programu iyitwa ukwebati Sacred Beginnings. Katwishi mu kifemba nga twalanda tshani intendekelo ya bumushiro. Sacred Beginnings program iletwa na Banchimunya Jato. Lelo mkwai twamileta ku Chiyenge uko kulwapula province pamushiwaputa apepi na Lake Mwelu. Kuno eko twasanga ukwebati pamushiwaponde paliva umulumbe uwa kwata isambirisho ili kuli bonse abo bakalolela. Kuti mwaposha kwa abantu ba Evans
maplenpo mkwai bonse mabasangwa kuli ya chintu atampa mu bikuwa lero no kumfuako ifyo mulumbe wachitiche okwita kwa ba mission besu kuno ku Chiyenge ba Seventh Adventist kusatampa umulimo wako wakutambisha no kutambisha kipingo.
Twatotera mkwai ba Evans mube abakakulwa bonse eko mule tutambira mkwai kuti mwaya pa Facebook ya Hope Channel Zambia olo ukumona pa Top Star na yonsama platforms epo tumonekela olo epo mwinge tutambira twaingira mu mulumbe wesu bushe tulondoloele niko chali shani ichilonganino chabakalolera kuno ku Chiyenge okuno kulwapula province ni banani bachiletere mwaka nshi kabiri chatendeke shani
chilonganino chali fye kuchisinga kwa Kabanda pachimpempe nomba abakalamba bali bamwile mushi bachansa chipiliponde ebailobelesi sho muchere mu mwaka wa 1934 ilo bafikile babuka kalungwisi kwa mukuma bafumile paka tuna babucha pabuchile elo nomba pa mukuma epo bailesanga nomba isukulu kumasamba ko basangire kutira balesambira abana b'esukulu nabo nebumba bali nalyo bapala baya pa sukulu kuya kukulomba pantu kuno ku Chiyenge kwa baputa kwabe bafya balesa mukushimikira fe bashimikira basa kya kusombola nga cyafika mu April na May elo balesa mukushimikira abantu nombele bayile muna palya elo balomba abakalamba b'esukulu kutali afatrefa kweli sukulu pantu kuleza tusambira kipingo abantu baba kulya batu mafyo kupepe mipasi nomba kuno twasangwa kuti abantu balepe palesa
twatotera mkwai lekeni fe mbwekeshepo pa no fya pepo balanda ukwebati kuno lintu bayishira abantu basangira ati bapepa ifilubi o bapepa imipashi so nomba olo ama missionaries baletere bayiswire pa chimpempe nomba abafumine kuno ba kapompo baleshitisha umuchere olo bailesanga kwebati abanesuku bala pepa nama missionaries abenge abaleisa balechitati lwechafika April abantu nga bambo kusombola baisa concentration ilingi balelolesha pakusombola nokulanda fyamashu patali nomba aba missionary abali ku chimpempe bena bale pepesha olo apopene nomba
aba missionary bali kuchimba abantu abasangire ku chimpempe babasambicho ukanalya milonje no ukanalya inama siya kwelepuka mabondo efa basambishe kulya nomba kuna kwala fyo kulya fyonse fye filame fyabulo kulondoloka nefyane syo bakapoli yenkumba baleria nomba basanga kulya kuleta baleria efyo ele bakumbati kanjire fwe bene twefwa yako imishoni ikese kwesu mwadi mwaka wa
1934 aleni tukonkanye nipo olo nomba after 1934 nomba kuya kuntanshi nishi achitike
1934 tachachitike palangu chimo ilo balandile fye ele baikala komiti kulya elyo bamotoni ebali pa Chiyenge balaba misioni baisa kulya nomba kwisapo kensambu bafikira ku mfumu balandana ele bayakulya ko pa Chiyenge paboma epo balache inomba babasumisha okutekansi kuti mwasaleta misioni
olo babasumisha kwe batu tumaleta misioni uyo nomba wali mwaka nshi olo baletele misioni kuno
ilo nomba eskulu batu banomba pana basumisha bamoltonia bali pa Chiyenge na basumisha kuti baisa ele batumine ba Simon Kabemba ele na ba Stanley Mwesta nga ba Jenny Sticha okwisa tampo kulafunda ne kipingo
twatotela soba Mwesa na ba nani
basana mwesa na ba Simon Kabemba.
Simon Kabemba aba ebo bayisa leta kuno paponde bambo kula sambilisha
Emkwai
bale sambilisha ne chipingolo bale sambilisha kama na
iyo bayiswile skulu no kwisula ekipingo efya balile po pakusambisha bana skulu bali po kupepa ero batampo kufunda ne di skulu bayiswile pa mupene pa 5 May epo bayiswile fyonse fibili ukupepa eryo no kusambilira mwaka wa 1937.
So kutitwala nati mu 1937 iskulu ya Ponde ni primary o ni secondary iba letere ya mission
primary era yonse ira nchende okufuma kule ku primary ukwitafika ku secondary yini nchende yonse ya mission yaputukirapo.
So ili skulu lyabakalolela
ni Yesu ya secondary pantu ni nchende Yesu ya primary yonse ira ya Yesu twaitafe extend kutukusheko kunsele kuno
nombe myaka ya leisa ni ba pastor chibalelo lesha kuli kino ichironganino
abalolo shapo ili skulu ni ba mission ba service kuchimpempe kwa lesa ba director.
Okay, inga ba Robinson baishire moshani
ba Robinson tuwaishile baishile panuma bali somukonga eba bafumishe ku Kongo ilo bafumye ku Kongo ekwaleta pa chimpempe eba ba director pa chimpempe bale isafie
so eba li ba director ba nchende ba Robinson but bafumile Kongo pa Pweto then bale isafie then after ba Pweto ni bana ni abambiro kwisa
panuma yaba Robinson aba basasya baba twala nomba ba kulusangu elo paisile Wellingworth nga director
Wellingworth aisa banomba missionary aisa bapanonga director
aba entungulushi
aba intungulushi ono nomba baishire kwata insakwe eyo tutat camp meeting
insakwe aishire kitika mu 52 baishire nomba na bali ba main speaker ba Percy Maxwell abo baishire na
so baisaita ba Percy Maxwell kwe bati pali ino camp meeting wensakwe ebalaba ba main speaker ono nomba nishashire kitika after
panuma
yapo camp meeting emkwe
ukulongana kwa Chiyenge kwale kwisura camp meeting yale tendeka pa Wednesday pali kitatu epo ya Tampa elio pali chine balesambirana pa Friday balesambira pasa bata main service main service kwa bokulya kuya nomba mukumone fele sapanga
baisati tumoneko mwelu
bamona pantu no mara bale utamba no bale mone fele sakitapanga kuya nabana be skulu batatu mu bwato ebo bayile nabo elio icyamwiko ubwato bwabunda bonse barimo 5 aba mission babiri elio nabana be skulu nabo batatu ubwato ntubabundire abana be skulu basamba ba Wellingworth basamba mpepi no kufuma elio ba Percy Maxwell abali ba main speaker aba Chiyenge bena kulyamba kayapwa ba Robinson ba Wellingworth ekubonelamo ukuyayikata nomba uli abayasanga umukalamba nanaka bonse bayikumbatira abopene bonse efe bafire
nishalengele kwebati ubwato bubunde
ubwato mwalilibwe mu bwato elio bana menina kulafuna kubwato ko babiki bakutubwato bulenda bwino bukwate balance eko bayawira bonse ele bonse ubwato bafulamuka ali nikambesa kanu ayi bakubasa fyo bwato lomba wabeuka tawenga amaboti wale pangelero pancha chilya kwala fyo kupanga aya kubasa fye.
Okay, nomba ifitu imibiri yabo kutwanda ati chitumbi nefitumbi nishi achitike pano bafuira pamana imibiri yalishere pale kimwema
pano nabafuira pamana kwali ukulole kubafuaya basuka bamaneka
batumbuka
baibuka ejo kwali ukubasenda no kubatwa pamulu baya babikale mu mulumu yeka mukali wafasi ake sukulu ukulolera balupola bokwisa abasungu ba mission ile baishile nombele kwali kupekalisha okubashika babashika kunuma yesukulu
so babashika muno mwine Muzambia pa
babashika pa ponde pene yaba ivikoni
yakwe
bati fwebo kuno kumyesu twashika ba mission twashika ko musungu bachuma mulamba kashali bali vikoni
yali bali vikoni chuma mulanda bamushika pano pe babashika pano pene na camp meeting ine yali twalilapo
na camp meeting iyo bafuye kabilomba nishini pesa bata camp meeting ukwisanya kwa
awe ndelanda camp meeting kwatira kwisa inochita mulongani na kwisa
lomba pamulando akutira camp meeting na pantene tulitwalongani twalese cha camp meeting nomba tuwabuwe secha kula basungu bayichere eko tuwabuwe cha kwani bakulenga ndawo bene bafulire uko kwine ko twabika nomba eko abera camp meeting
so babashika shani mwachiranda tukuli Wellington kuli na Besi Maxwell
ukuchikwa kwabo
nemkwe
uwabalirapo nga tuleyingira panchi sishabo uwabalirapo ni director weso uyu uyu ero pasa konko mkalamba pamulu hapa Besi Maxwell ewa pamulu umwache wapela ku
Wellington
ewa Lewis ewa kutulira konga katulea panchi
okay mabwafya nshyo basangire ba missionary kuno pakuleta ichebo mafya nshyo bapitiremo
afya shibaba
okay mafya nshyo mule kwata pali no nshita kuno
pali yanchende twalefa kwa wati yawama yabikwapo ifya kubekibira ko ifya kutwalirira dangu chabe fye amabwepo yaba ayala imbopa mashine yabo kulanyire kutira abanye yabo
abo bachwani ba Evans Kapompo kuno kumushi kwa Puta ku Chiyenge district.
The story of the church is not only found in its past, but also in the impact it continues to make today. The district pastor adds another perspective, highlighting the role Puta Central Seventh-day Adventist Church plays within the local community. His words reveal a congregation that exists not only to worship, but also to serve and uplift those around it.
Puta Central started in the year 1990 as a company. Of course, from a branch, it was organized as a company in 1990, and after that, the church stayed in a companionship for 9 years, and in 1999, it was organized as a church. In 1999, yes, it was organized as a church. Then, the building that you saw, of course, that is not the building which we had. We had a very small building, just as you always know. When a church is beginning, we begin with a makeshift structure. We had a very, very, very small structure. But today we have a very big structure, very big, something that I can accommodate a lot of members. This church was built in 2014. We had some challenges where, as usual, of course not always, sometimes you'd find that the members should, or maybe the leaders would come up with ideas, good ideas, and maybe others would maybe oppose, just like the Nehemiah time. Yes, just like the Nehemiah time. We thank God who inspired the few leaders, the likes of, by then it was Elder Elliot Charlie. Elder Elliot Charlie today is the district pastor for Ngumbo Mission. He was at this church. By then he was just a teacher, and he's one person who facilitated in the construction of this structure which you see, which received a lot of opposition, actually from from the middle aged group. We thank God because the elderly people at least worked with the current leadership at that time, and they did what we see today. And this is one of the things that the church has done in this area, because I think if it is not the only church, I think it is the only church which is of this structure, this kind of structure. It is the largest, the biggest church we have in the area. This is one of the church which is so instrumental in my district. And when I say so, I mean in terms of evangelism and in terms of stewardship. Because as you always know, the church grows in those areas. Yes, the church, we count the growth of the church in those areas. Yes, membership, at the same time stewardship. Just to make a mention, the district today, as in all, we are managing to do the average of 54,000. But I can tell you to say 50% plus comes from this church. It is not because we have a lot of civil servants or businessmen, no, but it is because the people have heard the gospel. And as I always preach and as I always encourage members, I personally, I don't encourage members to bring tithe and offerings, no. But I encourage them first to know Christ. Because if they know Christ and they give themselves to Christ, even the issue of bringing tithes and offering, it will be something that will flow naturally. Unlike where you push people to bring tithes and offerings. So this is the church which does at least 50% of the offerings that we receive from Chiyenge mission. We have leaders who are so instrumental. Actually, at one time, we even had a very organized Adventist men, the AMO. It's unfortunate that today, as you can see, we don't have land where people do farming, so they cross the mountain. Yeah, so AMO is not all that active at the moment, but the church has been so instrumental. Actually, this time we have the Dorcas mothers who are so geared to do the work of God through community service and other stuff. We have been having crusades. Yes, we have been having crusades. Just in the recent past when we hosted the Laodicea ministry from Kabwe, the Kachasas, the Kalevailas and others. Yes, so we had a number of crusades. We have been having crusades, and out of those crusades we have opened a company, and today, as you can see, we had even a group from one of those companies that we organized. We have been having great testimonies. Just in the recent past, I think that was in 1990s, early 90s, when we had a member who was a witch finder, and that man gave himself to Christ and gave all the utensils he was using for whatever he was doing. And he gave himself to Christ. And he was baptized. And he died as an Advent. He died as a believer. That was in 1996.
After hearing the story of the church's beginnings, we traveled to a place that holds a significant memory in the history of the Adventist work in Chiyenge. Our journey took us to the shores of Lake Mweru, where we visited the location connected to the tragic incident in which pioneers of the church lost their lives. Standing at this place brought a deep appreciation of the sacrifices made by those who carried the message of faith, reminding us that the growth of the church was shaped not only by dedication and commitment, but also by moments of great sacrifice. Our journey through the history of the church continued as we moved from the shores of Lake Mweru to a place of remembrance. We visited the gravesite where the pioneers were laid to rest, a quiet place that preserves the memory of those who played a significant role in the early days of the Adventist work in Chiyenge. Standing there was a reminder that the story of the church was built through the commitment, courage, and sacrifice of people whose faith continued to inspire generations. Our historical journey through Chiyenge continued as we reached another place of great significance. We had the privilege of visiting a beacon that marks the location where the first camp meeting in this area was held. Standing at this site offered a powerful connection to the early days of the Adventist movement in Chiyenge, where believers gathered for fellowship, worship, and spiritual revival. As our journey through Chiyenge comes to a close, we leave behind a story of faith deeply connected to the people, the land, and the history of this community. From the shores of Lake Mweru to the foundations laid by pioneers, every chapter reminds us that God's work is carried forward through ordinary people with extraordinary commitment.
What a wonderful time we've had today in Chiyenge district. We have heard different stories about this place. See you next time, even as we explore the history of yet another church. See you next week.